Hello everyone, my name is Edwina. Welcome to my channel. So today is one of the days where I would ask you to come closer. Let's have this conversation. And if you are a follower of this channel, you know that whenever I ask you to come closer, let us have this conversation, it means that there is a serious issue to be discussed. So guys, come closer. Let's have this conversation. With all what is going on in Canada recently, you would think that it has to do with those who are already in Canada. But guys, coming into Canada now is more tougher than it has ever been. Coming into Canada now is more tougher than it has ever been. As you read from the thumbnail, 6,000 foreign nationals have been turned away at the port of entry. 6,000 foreign nationals have been turned away at the port of entry. This news was reported by the Guardian newspaper on the 3rd of September 2024. I'm not going to bore you with the reading, but let me just read some points to you. It says that Canada turning away more foreigners amid rise in anti-immigration sentiments. So the anti-immigration sentiments means that there are people in Canada who attribute the current high cost of living and then housing crisis to the high level of people that are coming into Canada. So they attribute the high cost of living and housing crisis to the fact that Canada is bringing in too many people than they can cater for. That is the anti-migration sentiment. Now, it goes on to say that Canada is taking steps, both official and unofficial, to cap the number of people coming to the country, highlighting the way in which immigration has become political flashpoints ahead of a federal election. It continues to say that at the same time, the number of approved study and work permits dropped. Okay, the number of approved study and work permits dropped. And this is from May onward. This implies that if your Canada study permit was refused this year, May onward, it doesn't necessarily mean that there was a problem with your application. It doesn't necessarily mean that there was a problem with your application. You can do everything right, but still be refused because they are just cutting down on the numbers. They are cutting down on the numbers. So you can have a refusal, not because you didn't get something right, but just because they are cutting down on the numbers. A whole lot of people have had refusals. People have called me personally to let me know that their study visas were refused. And I actually told them that it may not be anything wrong with your documents. It may not be anything wrong with your documents. It may simply be because Canada is cutting down on temporary residents, which includes international students. Okay, so and in July, pay attention to this aspect. That is the major. In July, Canada refused entry to nearly 6,000 foreign travelers. 6,000 foreign travelers, including students, workers, and tourists. The most since at least January 2019. So this is the highest number of people who have been turned away. Mind you, these are people who have already gotten visas. They were turned away at the port of entry, Canada Airport. That is where they were turned away. These 6,000 people we are talking about are not people who were refused visas. No, they are people who had visas but were turned away at the port of entry. They include students, workers, and tourists. And this number is the most that has been recorded since January 2019. The highest number of people who have been refused entry in Canada since January 2019. The facts on the ground is that, guys, it is very easy now to be refused entry into Canada. So you want to get all your things on point. You want to not give them a reason to refuse you entry into Canada. Yeah? You want to not give them a reason to. You can make this very easy for them by doing some little mistakes, and that is what we are going to look at. Okay, you can make it very easy for them to ask you to go back. And that is what we are coming to look at. The things that we may ignore, or the things that we may not pay attention to, or the things that may escape us in the haste of traveling. And these things may contribute to you being sent back, because, guys, now things are tight. That is the truth. And this is not to scare anyone. Okay? This is to get you well informed and adequately prepared. This is not to scare anyone. This is not to scare anyone. When you do these things we are coming to discuss, you make it very easy for them to send you back. So what are these things? 1, coming as a tourist or on a business visa, conference, tourist, visitor's visa with a one-way ticket. Coming on a conference, tourist, visitor visa on a one-way ticket. At this point in time, with all what is going on, this is not the time to buy a one-way flight to see if you can get, you won't get through. You won't get through with that at this time. Anyone who comes on these types of visas are expected to go back maximum in 6 months. Okay, so why don't you have a return ticket? Why don't you have a return ticket? You should have a return ticket. You should have a return ticket. If you know someone who got here without a return ticket, that time was different. At this crucial moment, you don't even want to try. Don't come on a one-way. Have a return ticket. No matter what, don't do that mistake. Don't do that mistake no matter what. Don't. Okay? The second thing that can get you deported at the port of entry is carrying things that you are not supposed to carry on you. Carrying things that suggest that you have an intention to not go back. And one of these things that people can easily ignore is having your CV on you. Having your CV on you is a big red flag, guys. Having your CV on you is a big red flag. Don't come with your CV on you. Don't come with your CV on you. If it is seen, it suggests that you are coming to look for work, and that is why you have that. What will you CVs for? This does not apply to students. The CV does not apply to students because students will need their CVs. But if you are coming on a visitor's visa, you're coming for a conference, you don't need to have your CV on you. You don't need to have your hard copy CV on you. You don't need to. The third thing that can get you deported is coming without making a reservation. This applies to everyone. Students, visitors, coming without making reservations or without knowing where you are going to stay. Coming without making reservations or knowing where you are going to stay. You would want to make reservations for hotels or Airbnb if that is where you are going to stay. If you have someone who is going to host you, you want to know the address of the person. You want to know the address of the person, because if you get to the port of entry and you fumble with where you are going to stay, guy, you are going back. Because now it is Operation Go Back. It is Operation Go Back. Don't put yourself in that situation. That makes it very easy for you to be sent back. Don't say, oh, this person went with this and that time is over. Guys, that time is over. With all that is going on in Canada now, that time is long over. Long over. Sure that you have a reservation or you have an address of where you are going to be living during your stay in Canada. Make that arrangement. Make hotel reservations, Airbnb, have a family, get the address. Yeah. Don't let this take you back. Don't let this take you back. Yeah. The next thing is not being able to give some details. Okay? Not being able to give some details, not being able to answer to some questions. So assume they ask you that, oh, where are you going to be staying? And you say, I'm going to stay with a family member. And then they ask for the name of the family member you are going to stay with. And then, you hesitate or try to now think. I mean, guy, you will not survive. What is the name of the person you say you are going to stay with? And you don't know or you don't remember? How? What is their address? You should know. No. Okay? Now, other things, especially those who have agents do everything on their behalf. Those who have agents do everything on their behalf. Yours is even more complex situation, because some agents do not give all these details to you. Some agents do not give all these details to you, so you don't really know the details the agents used. But at this point, that the other service agency is having this interaction with you, they already have access to all the documents you used in your application. So everything they ask you at this point, they need the answer to confirm what they have. They need the answer you are giving them to align with what they have. Once they start conflicting in this era, guy, you are going back. You are going back. Once the answers start conflicting, are you married? I mean, who doesn't know whether they are married or not? So if you have to think about this, tell me why you shouldn't be sent back. Are you married? What is your wife's name? How many children do you have? What is your wife's name? How many children do you have? What are the names of your children? Know these details, especially if an agent did everything on your behalf. Okay? If an agent did everything on your behalf, have these details. Let the agent give you every detail they used, so that at the port of entry, what you tell them does not conflict what they have. Because at this point, they have the information. They have it. They just need you to give them, to make sure that it is the same. You are confirming what the information you are giving them is in line and with the current circumstance or situation. Now, if you fumble with these things, guys, if you fumble with these things, you are going back. You make the work very easy for them. You make it very easy. Very easy. Are you married? Then you are standing there. 1, 2, 1, 2. Guy, can you come to the side? And immediately they call you out of the line, guy. There are aces, but you will start sweating. Immediately you are called out of the line, you will start sweating. That is when you even get more confused. So if you are not able to compose yourself, if you are not able to remain calm in the main line that everyone is in, imagine when you are called on the side, and that obviously signals your brain that there is a problem. There is a problem. And then there is AC, but you start sweating. If you are wearing jacket, you start taking them off. You are sweating in the AC. So get this information and get them right. Get these information and get them right. The next thing is the things. So we spoke about carrying your CV on you, yeah. Carrying things, people carry things that you don't even understand. Things like cooking pots. Like, how? Cooking pots, you say you are coming for 2 weeks and you are carrying pots. I've heard of people coming in with rice cooker. Guys, it's not even funny. It's not funny. This is a serious situation we are talking about. Because now the visa application process is tough. It's going to be tougher. The visa application process is now going to be the toughest. For Canada, it's going to be very tough. So if you have already gone through that process, you do not want to get to the port of entry and be deported. You do not want to. You do not want to get to the port of entry and be deported. Because of these little things you could have worked on. It's a serious issue. Yeah, I may laugh, but this is serious. It is serious, guys. Don't be a victim. The next thing is not being able to open your portal. Not being able to open your portal. So you are given, you are asked to open your portal, and then you don't even have the password because the agent did everything for you. You don't have the password. You don't have the username. You don't have anything. You start sweating. Yeah, your tummy starts rumbling. Get ready to go back, my dear. Get ready. You are going back. In this era that we are in, you are going back. Know how to open your portal. Have your password and everything. Know it. If an agent did everything and has it, take it. Before you come, open it yourself. Not once, not twice, a number of times, so that you get familiar with it. Because you know the officer standing before you already puts you in a certain situation. Yeah, it gives you some level of pressure. Do it till you are familiar with it. You know where what is. The next thing is being at the wrong port of entry with no connecting flight. Now, when I say wrong port of entry, it simply means that assuming you are coming to Vancouver and then you come to land in Toronto and you have no connecting flight to Vancouver. So what are you doing here? So you came in as an international student, or you are coming for a conference. Your school is in Vancouver. The conference you are coming to is in Vancouver. So what are you doing in Toronto? And you do not have anything to show that you are transiting. You are making their work easy for them. If your school is in Vancouver, go to Vancouver. If you want to come to Toronto later. But go there. Go there. Or have connecting flights to the place. If you are coming for a conference and there is an airport to where the conference is, that should be your port of entry. Go there. If you do not enter from there, make sure you have a connecting flight that takes you there. Students coming without tuition deposits. You have not made tuition deposits and you are coming. You are coming, confidently coming. You have not made tuition deposits. I don't even know what to say. You have not made tuition deposits and you are coming confidently. Guy, be warned. Be warned. There's 6,000 people who were sent back, included students. 6,000 in 1 month who were sent back, included students. It included students. So have your tuition deposit. If you have not made, have the money. People are asked to open their online bank accounts. So you have not paid your tuition. You do not have cash on you. You are not even, when you open your bank account, there is no money in it. Guy, why? You will be turned back. You make it very easy to be turned back. You make it very easy to be turned back. Coming as a student with no money on you is a no. Even with this one, I mean, you can't enter at any time. Not even just now. Not talking of now. Even before, coming as a student with no money on you, no tuition deposit, no, unless they don't ask. But now, because they have been taxed to reduce the numbers that are coming in, now they have been taxed to reduce the numbers that are coming in. So you will be asked. And then if you are not able to show, you will be sent back. Your eyes will see Kenya, but your legs will not step there. Your eyes will see. From the airport, you can see Canada, but your legs will not get to Canada. A woman coming on a visitor's visa, carrying baby items. Why are you carrying baby items? Like you are telling them I'm coming to give birth here? Or what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say with the baby items you are carrying? If you are traveling for the first time and somebody is giving you these baby items, not just 1 or 2, but a lot of them, you are traveling for the first time, please let the person use post. Okay, let the person post their items and come, because you do not want to be sent back because of items that are not even yours. You do not want to be sent back because of items that do not even belong to you. You do not want that. We are in crucial times. Canada is in crucial times. Canada is set on reducing temporary residents. Yeah. And that includes temporary residents in, and then those who are coming. So you do not want to let any of these things take you out. I mean, if you do any of these things, you are taking yourself out. You are willingly, voluntarily taking yourself out. I really hope that all of you who have had visas and are looking forward to coming to Canada are not scared by the current happenings or are not discouraged by the current happenings. If you are coming to visit, come and visit and go back. Come like a visitor. Don't come like you're coming to stay. If you're coming to study, come like a student. Know your school, the address, where you are going to stay, pay your tuition, have money on you, be able to open your portal, your student portal and all that. Know these things. If you're coming to a conference, have your reservations, where you are going to sleep and all that. Everybody needs to do that. It is my prayer that you all come through safely. Okay? Don't let these little things make it so easy for you to be eliminated. The times that we are in currently, you need to pay critical attention to everything. And then enter the port of entry confidently. Confidently. Maintain eye contact. Be confident. Be polite. Be polite. But be confident. Enter confidently. I'm not asking you to go and disrespect. No. Or go and argue. No. Oh, if you go and argue, you go back. You go and argue, you will go back. Don't go and argue. But be polite. Be confident. Don't go answering questions you have not been asked. Giving further and better particulars when you could have just said yes or no, or this or that. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. Guys, that is my 2 cents. That is how I can help in my own way. I hope and pray that you will come through safely. And if you see me anywhere in Canada, call me. I will be happy to meet you. Okay? Bye.